What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, as I told you guys earlier, it was confirmation. I got confirmation that the highly anticipated undisputed welterweight showdown between undefeated three-division world champion, former junior welterweight undisputed world champion, currently the reigning WBO World Boxing Organization welterweight world champion superstar boxer who is widely considered by many to be the number one best pound for pound fighter in the world, and Terence Crawford, who holds a record of 39 wins, no loss and no draw, 30 big wins by way of knockout, 35 years of age. He is 5'8" with a 74-inch arm reach, taking on undefeated, unified, three-belt WBA, WBC, IBF welterweight world champion superstar boxer Errol the Truth Spence Jr., who is widely considered to be top two, if not number one, definitely top five, pound for pound best fighters in the world with a record of 28 wins, no losses, no draw, 22 big wins by way of knockout, 33 years of age, 5'9" with a 72-inch arm reach. And when the news broke earlier, and I told you guys that this was taking place July 29th, I got confirmation after ESPN ran this story. I told you guys ahead of time that this fight was going to happen. And now we got more confirmation. As Terence Crawford took to his social media, he replaced majority of the pictures on his Instagram with this photo you see here of him in Las Vegas at the Bellagio with a big fish, and he has the spear of Aquaman. So he's sort of dressed like Aquaman. He has the WBO title and he has the big fish on the spear, right? Obviously, Errol Spence is self-proclaimed and known as the big fish, the truth, okay, as he calls himself. Strap season, big fish, the shark. So this obviously is promotion and a jab at Errol Spence on the part of Terence Crawford. And it's confirmation that we're going to get this massive mega fight July 29th, Las Vegas, Nevada. And it looks like it's going to be at the T-Mobile Arena. So more details will definitely be coming out. This is a highly anticipated showdown between these two fighters who are top five pound for pound best fighters in the world. They're both undefeated. They're in the absolute prime of their career. And the time is now. And they decided to make it happen. Errol Spence, he's coming off an extensive layoff. The last time we saw him in the ring was April of 2022, April 16th of 2022, when he took on and defeated former Cuban WBA welterweight star world champion Yordenis Ugas, which he got a brutal 10th round stoppage victory, breaking his ribs, nose, and orbital bone, and becoming a unified three-belt welterweight world champion. But that was April of 2022. We are now in May, going into June of 2023. So Errol Spence has been out the ring right now as it stands for 14 months. Terence Crawford, we last saw him in the ring December 10th of 2022. So he hasn't been out the ring as long as Errol Spence. Now, Errol Spence, he's a southpaw. Terence Crawford switches from southpaw to orthodox. Terence Crawford is a very versatile fighter. He has knocked out 12 of his last 13 opponents, knocked out or stopped, if I'm not mistaken. Errol Spence is a brutal physical fighter who is a southpaw, very fundamentally sound, very technical, and very physical. Terence Crawford is more of a rhythm fighter who has power in both hands. He's again, he switches from orthodox to southpaw. He has movement. He could box, extremely long arms, and power in both hands. So the rubber is going to meet the road. Finally, we're going to get a resolution. And not to mention, we never had a four major sanction belt undisputed welterweight world champion. The last undisputed welterweight world champion was a Hall of Fame superstar, iconic boxer, and Zab Super Judah, who was a three-belt undisputed world champion. This is before the WBO, the belt that Terence Crawford holds, became a major, one of the major four belts in the welterweight, in the sport of boxing overall. And so if we go by that measure of Zab Judah's era, Errol Spence would be currently the undisputed champion. But because we're in a new era and you need the WBO to be considered and recognized as the undisputed champion, this is an undisputed showdown. History will be in the making. This is a legacy fight for both guys. This is a fight that has been highly anticipated. This is truly, truly a 50-50 fight where two fighters have been proven at the top of their game, and both world champions multiple times over. Okay. They both been tested. They both went over and faced adversity for their first world title opportunity. May of 2017, Errol Spence went to the UK, defeated former IBF welterweight world champion, British superstar boxer, Special K. Kell Brook. Terence Crawford, he went over to the UK and faced at that time our British world champion star boxer in Ricky Burns, and he defeated Ricky Burns. So Errol Spence stopped Kell Brook. Terence Crawford decision Ricky Burns. So they both went over to the UK for their first title opportunity. They both unified the belts, but in the case of Terence Crawford, he became the undisputed champion at junior welterweight. Okay, so he's already held all four belts. This is Terence Crawford's second opportunity in the second weight class to become undisputed. This is Errol Spence's first opportunity to become undisputed, and he says he goes by the motto of strap season. So the only reason he's even staying and campaigning at welterweight right now is simply to become undisputed. So he has the opportunity now to become undisputed against Terence Bud Crawford, and this is huge, right? Again, it's going to take place in Las Vegas. It's highly anticipated, and these are two superstars at the top of their game in the sport of boxing. We had big fights this year. We had Devin Haney, Lomachenko. We had Gervonta Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia. But in my opinion, this is the granddaddy of them all. This is the biggest fight in the sport of boxing. This has been a fight long in the making. This is the absolute best versus the best in their division and top 5 pound for pound best fighters in the world. Okay. Gervonta Tank Davis beat Ryan Garcia, but Ryan Garcia was not even top 15 pound for pound best fighters in the world. He's not as accomplished. Ryan Garcia has never fought for a world title, nor has he won it. Gervonta Tank Davis carried that with his accomplishments within the sport of boxing, and Ryan Garcia carried it with the casual fans and his fan base outside the sport of boxing. So with that said, this is a massive fight that we're going to finally get. Okay, they're both well accomplished. They're both at the top of their game, and this is the fight that the fans and the world wants to see. So finally, we're going to get what we want. July 29th, Las Vegas, Nevada, T-Mobile Arena. There'll be official announcements that's going to be coming soon. And this is truly, truly a 50-50 fight. Nobody knows how this fight is going to play out. There's a lot of speculation as to who is going to win the fight, how they're going to win the fight, the physicality of Terence Crawford. Many people feel like that's going to be too much for, the physicality of Errol Spence is going to be the size, the strength, and the physicality and the body work is going to be too much for Terence Crawford. And then there's people that feel like, Terence Crawford's versatility, his length, his ability to box, his adjustments is going to be too much for Errol Spence. So guess what? The rubber is finally going to meet the road, and we definitely going to get an answer sooner rather than later. This is huge news. Can't wait to see it. This is what the boxing world has been waiting for. This is what the boxing world has been anticipating. This is a mega fight that is, truly a 50-50 fight, like I stated. The time is now, and it's expected for the winner to move up to junior middleweight and look to become the mandatory challenger for 3-time junior middleweight world champion, who is the undisputed junior middleweight world champion, superstar boxer, top 5 pound for pound, Jamel Iron Man Charlo, who holds all 4 belts. So that's going to be extremely interesting for the winner of this fight. So we got to see how it unfolds and plays out moving forward. But there's talks that it could be a rematch clause, a 2-fight deal. If there is a 2-fight deal, I'm wondering if it's going to take place at 47 or 54. I know Terence Crawford is more than likely able to hold the weight. I wonder if Errol Spence can hold the weight for 2 more fights at 147. He's never missed weight, but he's definitely stated that he's ready sooner rather than later to move up to 54. So let's see how this unfolds. Terence Crawford started his career in a smaller weight class, so he's the smaller guy. So I think it would be more easier for him to hold the weight than it is Errol Spence, who's been fighting that. He's fought at 54, but he's been majority of his career at 47. But let's see how it unfolds and plays out. That's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shouts out to the entire LDBC. Shouts out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Who wins? How? Finally, we're going to see the mega fight that we all been anticipating. Drop a comment. Let me know what y'all think. I'm gone. Peace.
This is Amanda, the Real Deal Serrano, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.